You know what it is, man. Your boy TrendsetterSense. Of course, this is Chosen Journey. I got a special guest. She's on fire, man. I'm telling you, man. I mean, every time I'm looking at the gram, she's at the BT, she's at the Essence Festival. Got the tour coming up. We got a lot going on, man. And she has a dope story. And I can't wait to dive into this conversation. Vasi,
Yo,
what's up?
what's up?
Thank you for finally coming. Thank you for being
Yeah,
here.
thank you for having me. I'm
A-
really excited to be here.
Absolutely. Let's
Yeah,
dive right into it.
let's go.
Christian R&B. Is
hmm
that how you would want to put the category, or tell me, describe the genre of Vasi?
Sure. So, I am a Christian R&B artist.
Yeah.
So it is a faith-based message with an R&B sonic.
Mm,
So I really just talk about my life and my prayers to God. I put in song and whatever it is that I'm living and going through. It's really just about keeping Him at the center of it and being true to where I really am.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I was looking at your Instagram and you were talking about um Love Me to Life.
hmm
I Need the Story. That is the album, correct?
That's the album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Love Me to Life. And you were talking about, just the way God called you and pulled you. And, before the cameras came on, we were kind of just talking about like the worlds that we were in
hmm
before God called us. And I just want Lee Vasi's story with that.
Yeah. So Love Me to Life, which is my debut album title, really is a full encompassing journey of the way that God really loved me back to life,
Mm,
right? I
mm,
think our culture says I love you to death. I love you to death all
mm,
the time, right?
mm.
But God showed me love in a way that loved me back to life and made me want to live again, and just like anybody, I've been through some really hard times and in this journey of finding out where do I go not only as an artist but as a person, like why am I here, God, like what is life, it's really just about the album is about the way that God showed me that His love really is the way to want to live and live freely.
Mm.
And so yeah, so the album really is kind of the arc from finding God in the deepest places of my mental health struggles, coming to a place of sobriety and wanting to just lean on God in that, to also then, now that God has shown me what love is, now let me go reflect this love to others. So there's
Mm.
some Christian love songs on the album, as well as just some kind of deep thoughts that I've had with God that I've put all out there in song. So
Was there like a particular experience that you can, just share, that there was a moment that Lee was going through that,
mhm,
and then you realized, oh, this is a testimony that
mhm.
I have to share with people. Is there one story that sticks out to you?
Oh my gosh. Well, so it was a whole era. I
Yeah.
can't, there wasn't like a one thing. There was a whole era of my life, really just coming out of that, the teenage years into, my early 20s and figuring out who I am as a young woman,
Mm,
that really came with, some toxic relationships, mental health struggles, troubles with my career and figuring out what am I doing with these gifts of music that God has given me.
mhm.
And it all just kind of culminated in this. I waved a white flag at one point,
Oh, wow.
and just gave up on all of it. And really, God called me into a season of isolation where all the distractions and things that I was pursuing, like I said, with relationships, career, whatever else, it all just kind of fell. And it was at that point that I really had an encounter with God for myself. I grew up hearing about Jesus, was exposed to Jesus, but never really had a relationship with him.
Okay.
And so it was during that time that God really revealed himself to me and called me back to music. And I didn't understand how, right? I
Mm,
was like, how would I make music for God,
mm,
and I really just trusted him with what that would sound like. And I just started writing these songs, not even understanding that it was a testimony at the time. It was writing out of obedience because God audibly, I heard the voice of God tell me to do music for him one night. And I just knew I couldn't not do it. And so when I set out to do it, it really was just to please him. I didn't have an audience at the time,
mm.
and, had no expectations for it. I really was just writing from a place of wanting to please God and be honest with him and give him my heart and give him my everything, including my gifts.
Wow.
And that's what ended up being this music that I now understand is a testimony for the ways that God has loved me back to life.
Wow.
Shameless plug, but that's how it happened.
I love it. I love it. So, it's funny that you were talking about, you're saying that you didn't know what to do with the gift. Like,
Hmm.
what was the, like, because, when you made a decision, God called you, you thought that you had a path in one space.
Yeah.
Was it like you would, like, were you bumping your head? Were it would, like, when did Lee just say, like, where did the confidence come from?
To do Christian R&B?
Yes.
God. Like I said, like
Strictly.
I didn't even know it was Christian R&B.
Okay.
Right? When I started writing these songs. I just literally was going on YouTube to get YouTube beats. My manager Dre at the time was telling me, you have to create new memories around your gift. I met Dre when I was, when I had just moved to Atlanta and was, trying to figure out how to get my foot in other places in the music industry. And so he had seen kind of where I had come from and was helping me, figure out this music that God was putting on my heart. And he told me, he was like, go on YouTube, just get some YouTube beats and understand that you don't have to get other people to approve your art for it to be valid and for you to put it out.
I like that.
So I did that. I went on YouTube, got some beats that just resonated with me sonically. And I just sat at my house in my bed on my, Pro Tools setup and recorded these songs that ended up being my first EP, From Me to God, which has Teach Me on there, Liberate Me, Baptize Me, Your Will. Those all came from just that place of trying to find some confidence, actually. Like, I wasn't confident, but I was confident in what I had heard God tell me to do.
Wow.
So I was just doing it and wasn't allowing fear to be an option because that doesn't come from him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. And you said, trying to find it. So, like, while you're trying to find it, it's like that was complete faith. You had to completely just rely on, you didn't even know within yourself.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How were you able to consistently build up that strength of faith? Some people like it's very like playing double dutch, and so just to be able to fight through that. Can you kind of talk about that?
Yeah, great question. So after I heard God very, very clearly, he just continued to reveal himself to me in very obvious ways, to kind of give me the assurance, like, you did hear me, like, and here's the evidence of that. Here is the fruit of that. And so I was really deep in my word. At that time, I had started to, I was on this journey to read the Bible in a year. So I was really reading things for myself.
Right.
For the first time in a lot of
like
ways.
A textbook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had my highlighter and I was taking my notes and, was really reading stories for the first time that I had heard about, for instance, right? Like Joshua and all these different instances where God came through for people. Like I was seeing, God is really consistent. Like God, the same God that showed up for Joshua is the same God that keeps showing up for me. And so I was in my word, I was praying a lot. And that strength and that confidence really just came from knowing that he really was there and he really is real. And is rooting for me to keep going. And I think that was something that I never understood before I went on this journey with the Lord. When I was younger and only hearing about these things, it's like, God is really alive. Like the breath I'm breathing is God's breath in me, right? And that was really encouraging to me and still is.
Wow.
Yeah.
You see it, Lee Vasi is here, TrendsetterSense. This is Chosen Journey. Let's talk about the music.
Let's do it.
Most recently, you and I actually album mates on the Reach Records playlist.
Yeah.
Shout out my man Dre.
Shout out Dre. Shout out Reach Records.
The Reach Records playlist is on fire, man. Let's get into it. You say.
Yeah.
Shout out Queen Lee.
Shout out Queen Lee.
Yeah. And we kind of talked about it a little bit when we did the playback. But the song has a very pop feel to it. And I just wanted to get your take. Like it has a global, international sound. So I just want to talk about your creative process and your influence into the song.
Sure. Yeah. So I love that song and I love that I'm on it with Queen Lee. We're really friends in real life and I love that we finally got to do something together. So yeah, for me, creatively right now, I'm really just in wanting to express joy,
Mm.
and what it is to be on the other side of your testimony, and really embracing joy. So my music in this season has been a lot more upbeat, and up tempo than my earlier releases,
Mm.
because I'm really just in a different place with God. And what I really
Mm.
care about more than anything is that whatever I'm putting out is a real reflection of where I really am with
Mm.
God. I'm not interested in just like making songs. Like I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like if
yeah.
I wanted to, I could just go write songs. But when I gave my gift to God, it was a surrender for him to get out through me whatever he needs to in that season.
Mm.
And so you say it is a part of that season that I'm in. And my influences are very expansive, sonically. So my mom's Puerto Rican Dominican and
Mm.
my dad is African American. And so
Okay.
I grew up listening to like every kind of music.
Right.
And my mom is from New York. My dad is from the South. So there's like just so many different things that I pull from, and different types of sounds that excite me.
Mm.
And so I've really been experimenting with that more in this season as well. So you say, as well as, all the songs on Love Me to Life really
Yeah.
are an intentional amalgamation of all of my different influences. And I've really been involved a lot in the production processes of a lot of these songs as well. And speaking into the sound selection, and let's maybe use a hi-hat pattern but use a timbale sound on it instead,
Mm.
and really just and letting that just shine through every project that I'm a part of right now.
Mm.
So
I love it.
yeah.
Talk about the diversity. Talking about your parents and your heritage and
Mhm.
where you come from and the culture. And can you just talk about like though the impact it has, especially um singing and performing and being a creative in the kingdom space?
Yeah, I love that question.
Mm.
Because I really think that culture is one of the most powerful tools that God has given us
Mm.
to reflect his nature and his image and to point people to him. And so it's really important to me, in my music, that I am reflecting all that I am.
Hmm.
And I love that I'm able to do that in this space. And there's so many amazing artists across genres, and we're having a really cool explosion of the embracing of all of these different types of Christian creativity, right?
Yeah.
You look at the way that Christian Afrobeats is blowing up,
Mm.
Christian reggaeton, Christian R&B, like all of
Mm.
these things are sounds that I didn't know was an option when I was a little kid,
Mm.
wanting to make music. I didn't know that I could make music that sounds like this, that is about God and that glorifies God. And so it's really important to me, that we do all that we can in our generation to expand and give as much as much visibility on what's happening in the Christian space right now, because I really want next generations to see that like you can honor God with your gift no matter what it sounds like. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Where do you see where do you see things going? Do you
Mhm.
feel the progression? Like what you're doing, you have a big impact. There's so many other artists. Like
Yeah.
what what is what is all of these genres that's in this space? Are the barriers being broken?
I think yeah.
Okay.
I think yeah. And I think that it's a really exciting time to be a Christian artist. And I think that the time is now, and you can
Mm.
feel it. Like it's
Yeah.
it's like a bubbling, I feel, in the spirit and in the industry, that is making more room for it. And I feel like the sky is not even the limit. Like we can go beyond and beyond and beyond, right?
Right.
Because we represent
Yeah.
the most high God,
Mm.
creator of the universe.
Mm.
Hello. So where, like, I don't believe that there is any limit to it. And I
Mm.
think that right now we're seeing a really, really cool revolution of trailblazers across these genres.
I love it. You got this tour coming up.
I do.
Shout out Ryan Ellis.
Shout
Y'all
out
also
Ryan.
have a song out as
We
well.
do, yeah, more
Yeah.
than enough.
Yeah, talk about it, man, and talk
Mhm.
about this tour.
Yeah, so we actually just dropped this song called More Than Enough. I love this record. I love Ryan's voice, and working with him as a writer and collaborator, just really, really dope to get in with him on the song. And, the writing session was so fun. We were like, why don't we take this on the road?
Mhm.
So we're going out starting August 24th. We're
Mm.
going to start in New York. And I'm really, really excited about it. This is my first tour.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited to go see the people. It's so cool to connect with people on social media and
Yeah.
see people from all over the world in that way. But it's really special to be with people. So I'm really looking forward to it.
That's dope, man. And I see that you've been making a lot of appearances. 106 in Park experience.
Yeah, at the BT.
How was
yeah.
that?
Oh, it was so fun.
Yeah.
It was so fun. That whole weekend, the whole BET experience was really it was one of my favorite times.
Absolutely.
Like ever.
Yeah.
Everyone's so nice. Just an amazing opportunity also to bring Christian R&B to
Representing on the
that
mainstream
stage.
level.
So yeah, it's cool.
Speaking of that, what's your thoughts? You know, there was a lot of talk about the, Glorilla winning the Gospel Award. What's your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I don't have thoughts on that.
Okay.
I really don't.
Yeah.
I think that what I think about and what I focus on is what God is trying to do in and through me.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think about that, to be
Okay.
honest. Yeah.
Also, the Essence Festival. Talk about that experience.
That was great. Also, my parents were also able to come out to
Okay.
that, so that was really fun for them to experience. And my parents have been with me through my whole life of entertainment as a little kid and everything. So it was great to see them having fun as well. But yeah, I just think it's always a great opportunity to be able to bring what God is doing in Christian music to those spaces, and I feel like it's important to. And I really love being able to see all the different ways that God is using this music to excite people about Him.
Yeah.
So that was a great experience.
Is there a Bible verse chapter that sticks out with you? Which one resonates with you right now?
Right now, Galatians 6:9.
Okay.
Don't grow weary in doing good, for in due time you will reap.
Don't grow weary in doing good, for due time you will reap. There
Yeah.
you go. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. 2025, we got the tour, got the album. Let them know. Leave Vasi. Talk to him.
Yeah, so 2025 I can't believe it. We're halfway through it already.
I know,
but
right?
album just dropped. We have the tour coming out. I have some new Spanish music
Really?
on the way.
Okay.
And the album's already bilingual, but
can we get a tidbit on the release of that?
so that will be in the fall.
Okay.
That's gonna be in the fall. Yeah, very soon.
Yeah.
Coming sooner than we could even know it. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to doing that. It's really important to me, and like I said, my EP and my album, they're already bilingual projects. But it's really important for me to just lean into every aspect of culture that I resonate with and sing and express in all those ways. So I'm really looking forward to doing more Spanish music. And yeah, more shows, more everything. We're just gonna keep going.
I got a one last question. Dream collaboration. Does Lee have a dream collaboration?
So I feel like yes and no.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm very big on not limiting myself.
Right.
And I might be thinking, one thing, but God might have something else. So I'm open to it. I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I would love to work with J. Cole.
Yep.
I'm a big J. Cole fan. And then also Daddy Yankee.
I was just gonna say that.
Hello.
I was gonna say, you see what he's doing?
I see it.
Okay.
I see it, and it's exciting. And I would love to work with him.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah.
I love it. Lee Vasi, you see it, making crazy noise. You are on fire right now.
Thank
I'm
you.
very happy for you, and I continue to pray and wish nothing but the best for you. I'm so thankful for you to come to the show, man. You
Thank
see what it is,
you.
Lee Vasi. TrendsetterSense. Of course, this is Chosen Journey.